Hi, I'm Mike. It's calving season on the ranch, or at least it's supposed to be. We're still waiting for our first cow to have her calf, but today I'm going to take you through on how we get ready for that calf, what I need to carry with me at all times in the gator to make sure that every single one of these cows is taken care of, and her calf in their time of need. It's all coming up on as we continue our 30 days of 30 vlogs right here on Our Wyoming Life. Welcome back, and thanks for coming along as we continue 30 days of 30 vlogs right here on Wyoming Life. We're on day number 10, so we're a third of the way through, and I'm very happy to be able to do this for all of us in this time that, sometimes we all need a little bit of not only social distancing, but a little bit of distraction as well. So thanks for coming along with me today. And today, our plan is to go through calving. We are just 4 days away from our first due date. We came up with that due date through ultrasounding the cows back in whenever that was, September, August, November, I don't know when we did it. But anyway, we ultrasounded the cows. We found out how big the calves were at that point, and from that we could figure out when roughly they would be due. Our first cows, our first group of 3, are actually due on April 2nd. That really doesn't mean anything. It could really be any cow out there that's going to have a calf any day now. We're 4 days away, so we're tired of waiting. We kind of wish they would just kind of, get it over with, but that's okay. I'd like to have that first calf today. May not happen. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. But it is on the way. And because it's on the way, we have to start getting ready for it. A lot of times, when I first started here on the ranch, I was terrified of calving. It's kind of that time of the year when anything can go wrong. You can have a calf with a low temperature. Of course, the weather can play a huge factor in it. So what I really wanted to do was eventually, and over the years I've done this, is came up with a method to my madness. Now, you can take everything in the kitchen sink with you out in the field every time you go check cows. Every 4 hours we're out checking cows over and over and over again throughout the day. And you can take everything but the kitchen sink with you. But the point is that I figured out is that you can't take the kitchen everything with you. You may want to, because you want to be prepared for everything that could happen. But we figured out that it's not about being prepared for everything. It's about having a plan for everything. So when we go out in the field, I actually don't take a whole lot with me. I take a few things that I'm going to show you here. We're going to go through each and every one and what I have them for and why I take them with me. But a majority of what we need, our veterinary supplies, are back here at the shop. My thought is that if I take everything with me, I'm going to try to solve these problems in the field, when really you cannot be afraid to grab a calf and just bring it in. Whether you bring it into the house to warm up in the bathtub, or you bring it into the shop to put into the calf warmer, or you need to give it some medication or whatever you need to do. All those procedures are much better done in a more controlled environment where you don't have mom yelling at you. You don't have other cows that are interested in what's going on. You're not fighting the weather. If you can bring a calf in, you're all the better. So why not do that? The way that I do that is by limiting what I can take out to the field and what kind of emergencies I can deal with out there. If it's anything that's beyond that scope of the tools that I have, then I know I have to bring that calf in. So let's start by taking a quick look at what we have to deal with. Now, it really doesn't look like much. I've just got a few things here that I'm going to take with me every time I go out to check cows. Each one of these tools has a specific purpose, but like I said, I don't want to take anything with me that's going to take me down a rabbit hole of trying to deal with a problem that would be much better dealt with inside, or even sometimes by taking an animal directly to the vet. So the basics are this. I've got towels here with me that I'm going to take with me every time I go out. I have what's called an irrigation syringe. It's just a giant syringe that I can fill with betadine solution if I have to. I can also use this on navels if I have a dirty navel on a calf, which rarely happens, but occasionally. Most of our moms are pretty good about deciding when and where they're going to have their calf. But if I do have to clean off a dirty navel, I can use that as well. Some of the other tools include a good flashlight, because you never know You can never have enough light. Trust me on that one, especially sometimes even during the day, but at night you're definitely going to need as much light as possible. One of the most important things that we're going to deal with every single calf that's born on the ranch is an ear tag. Every single calf gets an ear tag. These numbers are logged, and I'll show you how I do that here in a minute. These numbers are logged, and we make sure that we can match the number to the mom. Now, some ranches will actually tag the calf with the same number as the mom, which is fine. I prefer doing it this way because then I don't have to handwrite tags. These tags are already printed. Handwritten tags will sometimes fade over time. You can't read them. And this just works out better for me because I can keep pretty good records. The tagging gun, of course, is very important as well to apply the tags to the calves. Medications that we can give calf and mom in the field are actually very, very limited. I have these are called Nursemate. Now this is just a bioactive for newborn calves. I've used these over the years, but I'm actually kind of changing what I'm using, and I'm switching over to these. These are calf Neopaste. Now this is a feed supplement for calves as well. It's actually an egg protein based complex, which will give them a little bit of a boost and can actually prevent scours as well. So sometimes if I do have a calf that I know I'm having problems with, I can use this in the field and hopefully be able to leave calf with mom and not have to deal with it. Also, when a calf is born, I can use this to actually figure out how big that calf is. Now, over time, you're going to figure this out, and you're not going to need something like this. But with this, you just wrap this around their ankle, and if it's a steer or a heifer, or a bull or a heifer, you can kind of figure out a weight by wrapping it around their ankle. Here, let me give you a quick example. And I say ankle, but really, I mean just above their hoof. So you'd go to bull. I think I would classify as a bull. And this is one of those things that if you can do it, you can do it. If not, you don't really have to worry about it. If you've got mom breathing down your throat, probably not the best time to be messing around with this kind of stuff anyway. So you put it around the calf's ankle. This is hard to do by yourself. And you pull this tight, and you can read how much that calf weighs. This is, if I was a calf, I would be a 95 pound, 98 pound calf. This is one of those things that, like I said, isn't really a necessity, and over time you'll actually be able to look at a calf and you'll be able to tell how much that calf weighs just by looking at it. Another diagnostic tool that you cannot live without is a, whoa, don't fall down on me. Did you have an extra drink last night? Is a good thermometer. Now this is going to be one of your best tools for making any type of determination if you're going to bring that calf in. You can get a quick temperature on a calf. A calf's temperature should run about 101 degrees. If it's any lower than that, you probably just want to bring that calf in. Better safe than sorry. If you have an issue, and the only reason I carry this is because I did have this happen. I had a cow that got bloat right when she was supposedly going to be having a calf any day now. So what this is called I think it's called a trocar. And what you can do, a bloat is caused by something that the cow ate or something like that that's actually causing a buildup of gas within their stomach. So what you can do is you plunge this into the side of a cow, you pull this part out, this creates a channel for air to escape and release pressure. I've actually lost a cow and a calf due to bloat, and because I didn't have one of these with me, so now I carry one. Scalpels, of course, are used to cut with, and these will come in handy if we have to do a C-section in the field. If we perform a C-section in the field using one of these scalpels, it's rarely good. Honestly, if I have to do a C-section in the pasture and I'm going to lose the cow, I can almost guarantee you, but we're basically trading one life for the other. If we have to do it in the field, we know it's a very, very dire situation, but you don't want to be doing it with a pocket knife. So make sure that you have a good scalpel and a new scalpel that's gonna make the job a lot easier and a lot quicker. Another medication, I don't know why this is way over here, let's shift these down. Another medication that we do carry with us, and this is for mom. Every once in a while we'll run into a situation with an older cow that can't get up, whether she's having a calf. And the situation that we've ran into before is a cow that can't get up. We know that she has a calf inside her. She may even be in labor. Our other option would be that C-section option, but this is kind of the last ditch effort. And what this is a massive calcium supplement that we can give to a cow. A lot of times cows get what's called milk fever, and that cow, because she's putting so much work into making milk for her calf, she's actually lacking calcium in her own system. So this is just a gel that we can put in her mouth that will hopefully bring her out of that. And we've used it before, it's worked. We've managed to get cows back up and moving and have them, be able to have their calf normally. That calcium deficiency can take a cow down very quickly, so that's one thing that we always try to look at. And usually within about a half an hour, we can get the cow back up and moving. As long as she's not in active labor, that's a half an hour we can afford to spend. If labor is happening, we have a couple options there, and that's where we can use these straps. Now this is just a nylon strap that we can use to pull a calf, and then we also have a chain which can be used as well. You just make a loop with the chain, you fit that over a calf's leg, make sure you go above the hock if you can, loop that over, grab this, and you can pull. If you're doing this in the field and you're using chains or straps in the field, it's probably a pretty desperate situation. If this doesn't work, obviously you're moving on to something else. Again, like I said, I don't like to use any of this stuff in the field. If I can, I will bring a cow in. That's just the way I roll, and I feel that having a cow in is a lot safer for her and for me. When it comes to finding calves in the field, this is a FLIR thermal imager. Now I use this all the time at night to find missing cows, missing calves. You've seen me use it in videos. It is a lifesaver. Now it's a little expensive, but if you lose 1 or 2 calves a year due to weather or the fact that you can't find them or whatever it may be, this thing pays for itself pretty darn quick. You can find it. Actually, if you go to our Amazon store, we've got a link for it in there. Just check it out down in the description. It is it's a lifesaver, so check that out. I also carry with me a few gloves just to keep myself from getting too messy. And one of the most important tools that we do carry with us now all the time is an iPad. I run a program that's called Cattle Max on this iPad when I'm in the field. And I can keep track of anything that's going on. I can make sure that all the cows, I have all their records right in front of me. I can pull it up. I have all the information that I need just at my fingertips. So with this program, I can basically just click on calving. I can pull up any cow that I want. All I have to do is search for that cow. I can pull up her information and find out how old she is, if she's had any medical issues in the past. Find out when she's due, April 2nd, right here. Any information about her on this side that I need to know is very simple to find. I can find out all about her breeding history, any offspring that she's had in the past, any performance issues that she's had. She was actually born here on the ranch, and any health issues that we might have to take a look at her with. So all that is right at my fingertips and easy to work with. It works much better than actually carrying around a piece of paper and a notepad, which is the way that we used to do it. So the big trick here is making sure that you've got everything where you need it and where you can find it. And that's where I really do like these CLC work gear bags. I'm sure you can find anything like it, anything generic or whatever else. They probably have them on Amazon as well. I like to keep everything in these because I know where it's at. I know where I can find it. The other interest, you can use like a zipper bag or a tackle box or whatever you'd like, but one thing I like about these is that they are open and you can get everything you need into this one little bag. The other nice thing about these bags is they do fit right down here on the floorboard of the gator really well. And everything is within relatively easy reach. And since we have all of our stuff with us, might as well go and check some cows. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a calf.
It's likely the light of mine will burn out in the mountains where I spend my rambling years. I paid my sins from the poor traveling days. Oh Lord, please, can't you hear my prayers? So I rode my body up the mountain, to a place where I can sit my rocking chair. I rode my body up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. Most likely the son of mine will be found in the mountains where I'm born and raised. I paid my duty as the sunny side cutie. Oh Lord, hear the sorrow in my heart. So I rode my body up the mountain, to a place where I can sit my rocking chair. I rode my body up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. Up the mountain, to a place where I can sit in my rocking chair. I rode my buddy up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. Rode my buddy up the mountain. I rode my buddy up the mountain.
So that's it. With one little kit, we're going to take care of 111 cows out here that we're waiting to have a calf. And we're still waiting because nobody's doing a darn thing today. I kind of wish they were, but in some ways, it's probably a good thing they're not. I guess the longer they're pregnant, the better. The more chances that calf is going to be born during nicer weather, except for today is beautiful. I wish somebody would have a calf today and at least get the ball rolling, but hey, we can't all be trendsetters, right guys? Boy, they really don't care today. Well, thanks for hanging out with me once again. Be sure to subscribe, continue on with us with our 30 days of 30 vlogs. We still have 20 days left to go and a whole lot of work ahead of us. So stick around, there's more coming. Be sure to subscribe and we'll meet you right back here tomorrow morning once again.